Hiya. I'm gonna guide you through some friendly for your joints practice. It's a good one if you're feeling stiff, if you feel like your joints, they don't get enough care, and or maybe you sometimes have some aches and pains in your joints and you would like to keep them healthy, keep them working for you. So we're gonna begin on our backs. You can practice on your mat, on a carpet, on your bed, really whatever you have around you will do. And then lie down on your back. And we can start with some windscreen wipers. So for windscreen wipers, bring your feet down to the mat. I like to have mine a little bit wider, like even you can see maybe like a mat width apart. I like to have my arms wide open, and then what we're doing, we're allowing the legs to move from side to side. And then you might also want to add the head movement. So if legs are falling to the right, you can look to the left and then changing. So you can continue moving. You can even shut your eyes if you want to. Make sure you breathe. And notice, how is your body today? Do you feel anything unusual? Where in your body you can feel this movement right now? Nice. And then we're gonna warm up the joints in your lower part of your body. So we can begin by bringing the right leg in. And what we're going to do, we're going to move the foot around. So, and it's pretty common to have a clicky foot or ankle here. Don't worry if that happens, unless it's painful then. And then reverse those circles. Nice. You might want to point and flex your foot a few times. Lovely. And then we're going to move to your knee. So if you can reach to the back of your thigh, it might be helpful to hold it there. And then a few times stretch and bend. Maybe inhaling to stretch, exhaling to bend. And it might feel nice to also move your foot here, pointing and flexing. Lovely. And then, keeping your leg bent, flex your foot and start rotating your lower leg from your knee down, rotating from side to side. So like imagine you want to rotate those bones here, and that will make some, hopefully, work in your knee. Lovely. And then release, soften. And now we're gonna get to the hip. So for the hip, I like to have the other leg extended so it's not in a way. And you can start by holding your knee and moving around. And then to the other side. Nice. And you can, if you can either continue with that, or you might want to try with your legs straight. And that's usually harder. So, if that's too much for today, your energy is low, or, for whatever reason you don't want to do that, you can continue with the leg bend. But here, and when you move, can you think about drawing the biggest circles you can? You want to feel it in your hip, like you're checking what's the range of motion there, we want to keep that range of motion. We don't want to lose it, and when we don't use it, we lose it. So yeah, moving around one direction, then change. Lovely. And then release this leg and do the same thing on the other side. So starting with your ankle, bring your left knee in and start moving your foot around. And again, try to really focus on the biggest circles you can. You can also spread your toes here, wiggle them, and then change direction. And make sure you breathe, don't forget that. Lovely. And now moving to your knees. So if you can, bring your hands to the back of your thigh. If you don't, that's okay as well. And a few times inhale, lift your foot up, and exhale to bend. And you can start really slowly, and then, you know, maybe with time you want a deeper stretch, so you will straighten your leg more. And also, you know, don't feel bad if you can't straighten your leg as much as I do. I do yoga as my job, so you know, and I'm very flexible, so it's okay if you're more here, as long as you feel it, it's working for you. Okay, and then keeping your leg bent, flex your foot and try to rotate, and we want that movement to come like from our knee down, and whenever your foot feels achy, tired, give it a rest, release. And now moving to your hip. So for your hip, maybe starting by guiding your leg around, checking how is this hip, and then changing direction, a few more. And also if you feel like your movement could be bigger but the arm is stopping you, you can release the arm. Lovely. And then you can extend the other leg out so it's not in a way, then straighten your left leg and slowly start moving. And try to keep your hips down. Slowly with control and trying to find the biggest circles. And then to the other side. And if you feel there is something blocking you, going around that. If you encounter, you know, any pain, then go around that as well. It should be, you know, it can be quite challenging. The leg might feel heavy, but, you know, the move, like it should feel nice for your joints. No pain there. All right, and then release. And now we're gonna move to the spine. So we're gonna find some bridge poses. So bend your knees, bring your feet down to the mat. And we're gonna, like, imagine you want to peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra after another. So slowly lift your tailbone up. And now your lower back is probably pressing into the mat. And then start lifting your lower back up, middle back, lifting your hips high, high, high. Nice. And then when you can't go any further, slowly releasing. And again, trying to like segment your spine. And if there is like a big chunk that doesn't want to separate, you know, that's okay. Trying your best. And then finishing with this like tailbone pressing down, lower back arched. And then again, few more rounds like this. So trying to focus on your spine, moving your spine like a wave. Few more. Nice, last one. Lovely, and that's it. And now let's move to your shoulder joints. So we're gonna move into child's pose. Let's do it by rolling on your side and then coming onto your hands and knees. And then I like to separate my knees wider, bringing the tops of the feet down, press your hips back and lower down into child's pose. And we're not gonna stay here for too long, but even if 1 minute is long for you, we can also do that on hands and knees. First, I'm gonna demonstrate in a child's pose. So, what are we gonna do? So, keeping your hips down, chest down, and head down, lift one hand off the mat. And you want to draw a half circle with your arm. So you will have to rotate your arm. And again, we're drawing the biggest half circle there, finding what's your range of motion there. Release down and slowly returning, rotating when you have to, and trying not to lift your chest. Nice. And same thing on the other side. Slow, big circle. And returning. Nice. And then you can continue do one more on each side on hands and knees, and I'm gonna show the variation on in your child's pose, and I'm gonna show one on your hands and knees. So for that, keeping your arms straight, you move around, but try to look down and try not to rotate your torso. So your chest is still facing down. The movement comes from your shoulder joint. And then same thing on the other side. Biggest, like you want to feel the edges in your chin. Nice, lovely. And now we can also find a few barrel rolls. So for that, first find a cow pose, lift your head, arch your back, and then move your torso to one side. Then press up around your back and then move to the other side. And continue this movement, moving around, getting all the clicks and cracks out. And then to the other side. And the rest of the body can follow. And it doesn't have to look anyway. It's more about moving your spine in all those, important directions. Nice. And then we're gonna sit back. So check how it feels if you sit back on your shin. If that's uncomfortable, you can always sit with your toes tucked, or if you have a pillow to sit on, that might be useful. We're not gonna be there for too long. So, sitting on your shins, you're gonna move the head around, getting more into your neck. And I want you to move slowly and without pain. So, slowly bring the chin in towards your chest. Then start guiding your chin along your collarbone and then look over your shoulder, feeling this side neck stretch. And then slowly tilt your head back. Allow your shoulders to release down as well. And then start looking up. Tilt your head to the other side, like imagine you have water in your ear and you want to get rid of it. And then bring the chin down towards your shoulder, look back, and then slowly chin down. And now reversing slowly with control, moving around. maybe one more to each side. Finishing the one you're on, trying not to rush it. Maybe this one feels different than the previous one. Nice. And then release, shake it off. Well done. Alright, and now we can move the wrists as well. So for your wrists, make a fist, and let's do one at a time. So I like to hold my arm close to the body, so it's not moving. Then I make a fist and slowly curl up, and then start moving my wrist. And I don't want my forearm to move, but it will try. And then reversing. And surprisingly, maybe one more to each side. It's not a very big movement when we remove all the joints. Nice. And then release and clench your fists a few times, extending your fingers and clenching, moving down. Nice. And then shake it off, move to the other side. So bring your arm close, make a fist, and then first curl up and start moving around. How much movement there is. And then to the other side. So 2 circles to each side. Nice. And then release, shake it off. All right, that's it. That's this short joint-friendly practice. I hope you like it. Let me know how it feels. It's a good one to do every day. Like, it would be ideal to do it every morning, maybe before your coffee to move the joints. But, you know, if you can do it only once a week, it's still better than 0. Thank you.